afternoon, freak bags. How we doing? It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? Just a wee little bit, just quite a little bit of time. Yeah, kind of went MIA for a little bit. Was doing some IRL stuff. And to add some insult to injury as far as the schedule goes, pretty much nothing was happening. Whatever SPY and the rest of the market has been doing for the past week and a half has been just complete chop, tons of uncertainty, and we have Privyek Sivlik Cat here today to bring great technical analysis. Hello, Cameron Cat. Great to have you. So yeah, volume has been like non-existent. I really it's been pissing me off a little bit, just a little bit. So let's get into it. This might be rippy. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. I really hate to say it. With the way this is looking, the volume has been declining, and we've held this range of 405 down to 390. And at that point, you have to ask yourself, well, our original thesis going short was that no one was actually buying into these levels at the 400s, enough so to send it on its way. And at the same time, no one has been willing to try to short it. So what do we do with that? And now that we're about 6 or 7 sessions straight of this debacle, and we now have descending volume in a descending wedge, this is starting to look bullish. And I really hate to say it because I really wanted to be short going into this. Tomorrow, I think, is the make or break. I think that's going to decide our direction going forward. I do know that as far as the industry standard of where forced momentum-based buy-ins happen for CTAs, basically account managers, fund managers, et cetera, their kind of benchmark level is set to 405, is where they would start buying in to cover shorts and to also set up for being long. That's kind of their threshold. And so we've just been flirting with this level at 396 up to 405, and it hasn't decided. So tomorrow is really going to be the make or break point. We're about to push the distribution on the daily. The descending wedge formed on top of this, so for it to break through it is, as far as this system and the way that I interpret charts goes, this is saying that it's going to push through it and go up, which I really, really, really hate to say. But then you add in the 50 BIP rate hike that's coming in December. That's in the middle of being priced in, I would imagine. And on top of that, we just, in the macro pattern of things, I'll clear all of the indicator magic and all of that. The drawings, it looks like it wants to take off. And we could see 418 to 420 really quick. So, yeah, pretty crazy, to say the least. If we do fall down, which is still in the cards, I would say there's about a 40% chance of that happening, as to the 60 of it just taking off from here. We would find ourselves at about 380s, 385. Yeah, everything is setting up to just take off. That's I can't stop saying I hate to say it, but I hate to say it. Jimbo got slapped today, down 9%, and we bought calls. We bought calls. Going into tomorrow, what is he doing? It's the nip sock. It's got catnip in it. We bounced off the 4-hour accumulation, and we're starting to get a triple cluster forming on the 4-hour, or the 1-hour, excuse me. All of that was the 1-hour. The 4-hour, yeah, bouncing off of accumulation. a double cluster on the 4-hour. That's insane. And then on the daily, the nearest resistance would be 30.11. After that would be 38.16, and then after that would be 45.78. So lots of room for this thing to take off. Yeah. Amy, down 4.5% today. The bars pattern that we did, I can't tell where that. Okay, we're gonna hide that for now so I can actually do a forecast. This still kind of looks good. It kind of looks like it wants to touch 665 and then do its thing. The 4-hour distribution is served as the major resistance. So if we do break past that, which is sitting at 740, we'll round it up to 750 just to have more round numbers. That would be the takeoff zone if there's enough volume to actually push through that. It's basically been descending volume. Those spreads are insane, Jesus. Descending volume though. So that's a great sign, and it's been holding the range. So that's a good sign to see. As far as the 30-minute goes, looks like we're about to actually bounce off of it, which is a great sign. It's actually the first time we've actually bounced off as a 30-minute instead of just like slamming into it and then just grinding down. So this is actually, tomorrow's going to be really pivotal. Tomorrow's going to be really, really pivotal for the whole market. Yeah, it still looks like it's in distribution. Yeah, just a descending wedge, basically. Something like that. I think it'll decide sooner. Like we won't have to wait till the end of the the wedge to find out the direction. But this is actually looking good, surprisingly. Look at that. Look at that daily bounce. Speaking of daily bounce, the closest one is at 691, which kind of corroborates. Was it the 4-hour? Yeah. So I think we'll have like a flush, like a morning flush, and then going into the afternoon, things will start to take off market-wide. Tesla, congrats to anyone who listened to my call on that. Those puts were up hundreds of percents depending on which tranche you had selected. Tesla was down 6.9% today. And it kind of looks like it has a lot more room to go. Nearest accumulation on the daily is 157. I think it was the weekly that I was really paying attention to. Yeah, that's sitting at 143, and then we're about to break through the midpoint, or the center of gravity, so to speak, on the weekly. That's insane. Yeah. Tesla still has a lot more room to bleed. Crypto getting annihilated. Bitcoin's been down like 15% over the past handful of hours, 26%. Yeah, definitely saw that one coming. And still plenty of room to go. Yeah, probably. Actually, I'm curious. That's gnarly. That's gnarly. Yeah, definitely just suspicion of room more to go. Probably 10K. I'm gonna say 10K. 12 if you're lucky. Then Ethereum, pretty much same thing. There is a macro trend line that is being tested, about to be tested. That's pretty disgusting. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Ethereum. Just this. So we got room down to 1K, maybe even the 900s. Let's check out the dollar real quick. The dollar is something that I've been paying attention to a lot, especially if you follow me on Twitter. I've been talking about this for a while. It bounced off the daily distribution trigger. And whenever the dollar goes up, aka Dixie over here, DXY, stonks go down. And it's bouncing off of a daily trigger that hasn't been touched since the beginning of the tapering. So this is going back to February of this year. And you can see that there was a triple cluster on the daily that was forming. And so it ripped, and now it's bouncing. And so is accumulation. Accumulation is coming for it now too, so that's even more support. This is a bullish engulfing candle. I'm not really one to like care about names of particular candle types or patterns. Some people are. The reason why I'm willing to mention that this is engulfing is because the act of engulfing a particular trend is actually really important, and like the what I'm going to call stupidity of like remembering certain names of certain candles, I don't know. It is important here because the term engulfing is being mentioned, which is that the ranges of the new trend are capturing the previous trend. So it's continuing to expand. And here we are now. We're beginning to test a resistance here at 107. Yeah, this thing has a lot of room, man. This thing has a lot of room. Yeah, rejected off the 1 hour. Probably going to touch back down to 107.36. That would be like a spring of a reaccumulation and then take off again. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it at that. I'm gonna go get some McDicks, eat my food, and then go to bed. Same thing tomorrow. Use the code I54OP8. I memorized it. For BINGX, free $100 deposit, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna go get some grub, feed Slavic cat over here, and see y'all tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter at ThatGuyAstro, and stay black.